Well, in today's Sunrise Smart Start, we have new details about a deadly shooting in Rochester over the weekend.
Here's what we know so far. RPD says around 9 Saturday night, officers rushed for the call and got to the scene and found 31-year-old Julia Stone shot dead on Hudson Avenue. Police say at this point it appears the victim before the shooting got into an argument. Things escalated in that fight and he was shot. The Major Crimes Unit wants anyone with leads that can help solve that homicide to please call 911.
State police releasing new information about this thruway crash above Pittsford Mendon Center Road that left a semi-truck dangling over the bridge last week. The FedEx truck sideswiped an SUV, which was disabled on the side of the road, and we're now told that the driver of the FedEx tandem trailer is identified as 35-year-old Muhammad Shuja Ujeen of Binghamton. He was issued a traffic ticket. 3 adults and an infant were in the SUV. One of those passengers being taken with minor injuries to the hospital. There is a temporary guardrail now in place here over the thruway until permanent repairs can be made.
In the Finger Lakes, 2 people killed in a rollover crash in Yates County. That happened at the intersection of Friend and West Sherman Hollow Roads in Jerusalem. Deputies say 69-year-old Stephen Wolf was driving on Friend Road, ran off the pavement and flipped his car multiple times before it ended up in a ditch. Wolf and his passenger, 65-year-old Deborah Wolf, died on scene.
A Wolcott man has been arrested in Oneida County for an alleged contracting scam. Police tell us this man, 56-year-old William Friello, was hired by a couple in 2022 in the town of New Hartford. Now, the couple and the contractor agreed to the renovations, the time frame. They even gave Friello a $38,000 deposit. However, we're told after several months, the work never started. And when the victims tried getting their money back, Friello never tried returning the money or starting the work. He's now been arrested and charged with grand larceny. Happening today, a man arrested, accused in a January shooting in Rochester. He'll be in court. 22-year-old Tevin Benjamin Foster is charged in connection to a Murray Street shooting that left a 25-year-old man in the hospital, and he is accused of attempted murder, robbery, and weapons charges. That court appearance will be at 9:30 for a motion hearing. News 8 your local election headquarters really following closely this race for president as former President Donald Trump faces some criticism over comments made at an Ohio rally over the weekend.
Yeah, this happened while talking about trade and the economy. Trump told the crowd there would be a bloodbath if he does not win the election in the fall. He also referred to those jailed in connection to the January 6th insurrection as hostages.
That's what they are, as hostages. They've been treated terribly and very unfairly.
We also heard from former VP Mike Pence announcing he is not going to endorse Trump. The voters in a handful of states are going to the polls for their primary days tomorrow. But at this point, Trump and President Biden have both already surpassed the required number of delegates to become their party's presumptive nominees. Sunrise traffic here at 6:51. We'll check the forecast in just a little bit as we'll have some flakes flying. The roads, they're okay right now. The view from the west side, 390, 490, 590, thruway passing through Henrietta and Victor, all clear. We'll check that again in about half an hour.
Rochester Emergency Veterinary Services opened just a little more than a month ago on University Avenue, and they're doing quite well. You'll recall that there had been 3 months of time where this area did not have an overnight vet care facility. We're told this new emergency service has been seeing hundreds of patients every week. Almost too many, though. In terms of their limited resources, they've now had to start sending some patients to Buffalo because they do not have the capacity. Currently, they only have 1 doctor available per shift.
That's all we have room for, and so once we fill that cage, we need to send animals to other places where they have multiple cages and a bigger capacity. We knew we would outgrow this space. I mean, we basically hit capacity here the first week.
Certainly quite the need here, so the search is already on for an expanded space with more room. But that comes with a hefty price tag, as this is all supported through the community efforts. We're now only 3 weeks away from that total solar eclipse right here in Rochester. Maybe you want to document it in some way.
Yeah, you have to. It's just a once-in-a-lifetime event. Won't be here the next time it happens. So can you capture a nice picture or video of this eclipse? What kind of camera do you need? Here's Aran Spitzer with those answers from an expert. Aran.
Yes, so when it comes to capturing moments like a total solar eclipse, your camera needs protection just like your eyes. Christy Sisson is a professor of photographic sciences at RIT. She says filters like those used in eclipse glasses is the ideal solution. They act as a shield, allowing you to capture the once-in-a-lifetime celestial event without risking your camera sensor, which is basically what allows you to take pictures. Even on cloudy days when the sun seems less intense, your phone lens still needs protection. Sisson. But with the right precautions, capturing the eclipse is possible. But Sisson says it may not end up how you think.
Sometimes there can be a bit of a letdown when, trying to photograph an event like this. If you've ever photographed this spectacular sunset and had a little bit of a letdown, once you saw the image, some of that is a mechanism of how your smartphone is designed to really get a very wide view, which makes things like the sun, celestial bodies very, very small. So that eclipse, that it's going to be a tiny, tiny thing in most people's photograph.
Sisson adds the safest are generally ISO certified filters. There are apps to help you capture the event, and when it comes to eclipse related information, she recommends searching NASA resources. She also emphasizes that protecting your eyes is the top priority. Guys, back to you.
Ron, thank you. We'll try to help people out with those free News 8 Eclipse glasses. Hey, spring officially starts tomorrow night, so let's go ahead and talk about summer, right? Officials at the Seneca County Sheriff's Office, they are putting on 2 boating safety courses this year. There's one April 27th, another May 18th, both at the county's law enforcement center. They're free to take. There is a fee, though, if you want to get your permanent safe boating certificate, and the state will start mandating that for anyone driving a boat or a jet ski by next year. If you'd like to sign up for the course, learn more, we've got that covered at rochesterfirst.com.
March Madness tips off this week, and along with filling out your brackets, millions of Americans are expected to place their bets. The American Gaming Association predicts that the NCAA men's and women's tournaments will pull in $2.7 billion through legal sports books. In fact, sports betting is now legal in more than 30 U.S. states, as well as D.C. And tonight, you've got another chance to become a multimillionaire. The Powerball jackpot is up to an estimated $645 million. The popular cash option, if you want to cash out immediately, $307 million. That drawing tonight at 10:59. Tomorrow's Mega Millions jackpot, that's also pretty high, up to $875 million. Your chances of winning, only about 1 in 292 million. So if you're going to take the gamble, play responsibly.
Listen, for Powerball Mega Millions, your chance of hitting that many times significantly greater than having a perfect bracket, which is like 1 in 9 quintillion, I think is the story we have.
My
this
goodness.
Morning. Yes.
Okay.
Lots of zeros behind that 9.
Right. Yeah. And if you get the entire bracket right and you're with your family, you might get like $30.
I know. That's bragging rights. Yeah.
Or a free vacation day if you work here.
Yeah, there you go. we have some sunshine. I poked my head outside earlier. Completely clear skies right now. So we've got a pretty start to the day. There you go. There's a little bit of a view. We've got about 20 minutes until official sunrise time. Temperature-wise, how about that? A couple spots in the 20s. Brockport 28, Henrietta at 29. Highs today, mid to upper 30s. I don't think we get to 40 today. I don't think it happens tomorrow. Really the next several days. And yes, there are snow chances in there as well. Watch out for some flakes this evening during the evening commute. Maybe a little bit tomorrow as well. I've got snow in the forecast, but none of these days really do we see anything more than an inch.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing to pile up.
Right.
Still holding out? Want one more decent snowfall?
I mean, who knows? Friday into Saturday, looks like a big storm, but we're probably too warm there. So if we trend colder, that could be some snow.
All right. Thank you, James. Thank you for watching us here at Sunrise. Our next update coming your way in half an hour.
CBS Mornings is up next. Have a great Monday.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.